Hello dear students, my name is Ankita and I am teaching as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering at St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurugram. I welcome all of you to the online lecture series of Object-Oriented Programming, and in today's video we are going to learn about operator overloading. In my previous video, we studied about polymorphism, what is polymorphism, and the compile time polymorphism. Further, compile time polymorphism is of two types: function overloading and operator overloading. Though I completed operator overloading in my previous video, but because this is an important topic and it is absolutely asked in every examination of this object oriented programming, so it should be uh, covered properly and it should be clear by every student. So here I welcome all of you to the another video on operator overloading. So we will study the various rules of operator overloading and how can we overload new and delete operators as well. So operator overloading is a special concept introduced in polymorphism which defines one name many forms. So we have existing operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. These operators are by default overloaded, or we can say that I can write the statement a plus b directly. So here a plus b can be of integer type, float type or char type, and with these data types plus operator is by default overloaded. It means that I need not to write the extra functionality to implement this expression. But if I am using objects as parameters, like if I want to add obj1 plus obj2, so how these user defined data types are going to get added. So operator overloading I will do in C++ for addition operator to add two objects now, because the functionality is becomes different in case of user defined data type. User defined data type is a data type which is made up of built-in as well as derived data type. So uh, the meaning of the operators remains same all the time. It means that plus will always plus or add two operands, minus will always subtract two operands. So and if we add two strings, so it will perform concatenation on these two strings. So for all such data types, the plus and the other operators, or the whether it is logical or relational operator or arithmetic operator, they all are by default overloaded. But in case of objects, we need to write a separate function to implement the statements like this. Okay, so what is the syntax to write the operator function? Operator overloading is done with the help of operator function. So the syntax of operator function goes like this. Here comes the return type of the function. Operator is the keyword and symbol contains the operator, and this arguments contains the argument list. So there are some important point also we should remember while doing the operator overloading, that operator overloading allows us to redefine the way the operator works for the user defined data types. Okay, so it is by default we cannot use operator function for built-in data types, but operator function is always used to define the operator overloading for user defined data types. Equal to and ampersand operators are by default overloaded. Okay, so we need not to write a separate definition for the operator ampersand and equal to. For example, if we want to copy two objects, we can do this like in this manner: obj1 is equal to obj2. So as you remember that this is the calling of the copy constructor, so we can use the copy assignment operator directly with the object, and we can pass object as reference. So there is no issue, there is no need to overload this operator, or we need not to write the separate definition for these two operators. Okay, the third point is operator overloading cannot change the precedence of the and the associativity of the operator. So what precedence or associativity we know that that will not be changed by writing the operator function. So by default it remains same. So there are four operators which cannot be overloaded. First one is scope resolution, then dot operator, then asterisk sign, member selection through pointer to function, and the ternary operator. These four operators cannot be overloaded using operator function. And we do operator overloading only for user defined data type, and built-in data for built-in data type operators are by default overloaded. Okay, and we are not intended to change the meaning of an operator, and we cannot create new operators from this operator overloading. Okay, so operator overloading is always applied on the existing operators which we have in our mathematics. So, and these operators like assignment, subscript, function call, and the arrow operator, these operators must be defined as the member functions all the time, but not as the friend functions. Operator function can be written as member function as well as friend function. So, equal to, subscript, function call, and arrow operators, they are always written as the member functions but not as the friend function. Okay, so these last three points we will see how we are going to write separate definition for unary operators and binary operators. Um, all the class members objects should be public if operator overloading is implemented, because especially in case of friend function, if we are uh, implementing operator function using friend function, then object should be, or data member should be made public. In case of non-static function, the binary operator should have only one argument and unary should not have an argument. And in case of friend function, the binary operator should have only one argument and unary should have, sorry, binary will have two arguments and unary will have one argument. So this will get clear from this table. Okay, so in this table I have taken two types of operators. Although we have three types of variables, third type is ternary operator wherein we have three options. So we can write operator overloading for binary as well as unary operator. So when we write operator function as a member function, then what happens in case of unary and binary? This table defines that behavior. So if I have binary operator and I am overloading that operator using member function, it will contain one argument, and if I am overloading it with friend function, then it will contain two arguments. If I have unary operator in case of member function, it will have no argument, and in case of friend function, it will have one argument. So we will see the example also. And we can write the operator overloading using member function as a non-member function and as a friend function also. So let us start with operator overloading for unary operators using member function. So, note operator, plus plus, increment, decrement. So all these operators are unary operators. So how we are going to write definition for this portion is the simple program. So far we have done in every kind of example. So here we have one distance plus, feet and inches are two data members. This is the constructor, this is parameterized constructor, this is default constructor, and here we have display distance to display the values of feet and inches. That this is the operator overloading we are doing. Minus operator is overloaded for object types, like feet and inches are the data members of object, so it will change the sign of the data members. Okay, so this is main function we have created d1. Then to call operator functions, we need to just write the symbol of the operator inside the main function. So operator function gets called automatically. No other statement is required to call the operator function. Similarly, d2 will be calling operator minus. So it will apply. It will change the sign of your numbers. If it is positive, it becomes negative. So suppose we have entered 11 and 10 here, so the values will become minus 10, minus 11. So if we have entered minus 5, comma 11, then it will become plus, because minus minus stands first, so it will become 5 and minus 11. Second example is of negation, or you can say not operator, which is used to negate the value. And here again we have one class number. Get number is taking input, display is showing the output, and this is the function definition for Here we have return type as void, and in the previous example we had return type as distance. So that is up to the programmer only, that if we are returning object from our function, then we have to take the return type as class name. So the logic goes here. See, basic logic of your operator doesn't change, so we have to use them as it is, as we do in the normal cases. So when I call this operator with object name, the operator function gets called. So here we have plus plus or minus minus operator. I am leaving these example on for your practice. So write these programs on your editors, then try to see the output from different angles, or by changing these statements again and again. Okay, this is again one example to change the sign, but here class name is different. So uh, execute this program also, you will be able to get. Here one difference is there, that we have used this pointer for the data members. Okay, so this is the difference in this and the previous examples. Otherwise the operator function is same. We have to write this operator like void operator minus, and then feet and inches will decrement their values. To call this function, we have to just write that operator with object name, so it will get called here. Alright, this is the minus operator. So yes, next comes when we overload unary operators using friend function. So whatever features the friend function contain, they are applicable here in operator overloading also. That means that they are capable of accessing the private data of the members. The declaration is always written inside the class, and definition is defined outside the class. Wherever you declare the friend function, whether it is public or private section, it will not change its meaning. And friend function always contain objects as argument, because I said friend functions can have access of the private data member. So always object as argument will be passed, whether you pass them reference or as the value. Okay, so that is up to you whether you pass object as argument with reference or by value. So this is the syntax. Only the friend keyword will be added in the declaration. So this is the program to have a unary function, but we have made this unary function as a friend this time. So it will change the sign of the data members. Like here we have friend unary class, and ABC are two data members which we have initialized with inside the get value function. And this is the declaration of your friend function passed by value, and this is the logic of your friend unary function. This minus operator was overloaded for the object using friend function, so I need to just call this function using this statement or this expression. Next is the binary overloading using member function. When we have a binary operator, that is plus, it requires two arguments, two operands. So and if we define it as a member function, then we will pass one object as argument in case of member function. So how it will work, we have to take third variable also, which will be of same type, to store the values of the object, because if we are adding two objects, we need third object also to add the auto store the addition. So temp is the third object here. Temp.real contains real plus object.real, and the temp imaginary contains temp image plus object image, object.image. So how it is going to work, see, this is for plus operator and this is for minus operator. So we will jump on to the main function directly, because we know that this function is to display the values. So when I am writing this particular statement, here two operands are passed. Plus operator contains C1 and C2. Then it gets value 1. So operator function gets called for C1 and C2 both. So what it is doing, it is assigning value of C2 to the object which we have passed here inside this operator function, and the second value it is getting from the class directly. So see, the C1 also get initialized, C2 also get initialized, C3 just stores the statement sorry, stores the result only. So C3 is equal to C1, C2 is very much equivalent, is, or you can say similar with the statement what we are writing here in this particular function. So for plus operator as well as for minus operator, both the statements will be used, but we need to change the sign here, and this will be executed simply. So this is the another example in which we have, I think, added two distance objects, and using normal member function here we have passed call by reference. We are calling function by reference. So this is the slightly different program or example from the previous one. So you need to execute both of these. You can pass call by value and as well as call by reference here. Do both will work here. But the calling of operator function is similar in any case. You need not to use the dot operator. You need not to use object name then the operator keyword, or you need not to write such statements as you do in case of a normal function. Okay. So again, binary operator using friend function, how it is going to work. An overloaded operator friend function could be declared in either private or public section of the class. This declaration can be added in any section. This will not change its meaning. And the operator overloading function, when we are making it as a friend function, it takes two operands directly, because in the previous case it was the class of it was the member of the class, and in this case it is the outside, it is not a member of the class. So we have to give access of both the objects to that particular function, because friend function is capable of having access of private data. When we redefining the meaning of an operator by operator overloading friend function, we cannot change its basic meaning. So for example, if we cannot define minus operator to divide. Obviously we have studied in the rules also of operator overloading, minus will not perform division. We are not changing meaning, but we are using operators for different type of data. So multiply class is here. This is the friend function with the friend function declaration, and the definition of this multiply function goes like this. Okay, so this is the get function definition, and this is the operator function using friend function. We will not write friend keyword in definition. Multiply the class name, operator keyword, and then the operator, then two objects or two operands on which we want to perform this operation. Okay, so the logic goes as similar as in case of normal data type. So again, this is the statement which is calling the operator function. Okay, so where if you write this statement in this manner, explicitly you are calling operator function using assignment operator, or you are writing creating it in a separate line, that may produce an error that you are because object, if you create object and if you want to assign some values to the object, those values either should be assigned in the brackets here. So if you write this as this, then compiler may not understand that, or at the creation of the object it may ask for the values if you have constructed in your class. So for that purpose, or by the way, in both the cases you can call these functions like writing these separate also. First of all, create three objects here, and then you can write the this separate this statement separately also, so there will be no problem. Okay, so this is again next example in which distance class was used using this pointer. I leave this example for your practice. And here comes the very important topic, the overloading new and delete operators. We all know that new and delete operators are used to dynamically allocate memory, and dynamic memory allocation is always done from the heap section of the memory. Now we will see how we are going to write the operator function for new and delete operators. A new operator creates memory for a specific type in the memory block, and delete operator deletes that data type from the memory, or deletes that block of memory for whatever size we have allocated using new. And We can also overload these operator as a normal operators, as we have seen in the previous section. These two operators can be overloaded globally as well as the member function of a specific class. So there are two provisions. If these operators are overloaded using friend function for a using member function for a class, it means that these operators are overloaded only for that specific class and for that specific object. And if we are using any global definition of, or we are overloading this operator outside the class, so the new and delete operator will be called anytime when we make use of these operators in any other function or in any class. So in that case it becomes global overloading. It is similar that we have created one global variable and we are calling or using that variable inside our user defined functions, whatever functions we have in our class or program. This is the syntax for overloading the new operator. See, new operator always returns the void pointer. So because initially it has to assign some block of memory, so this function will return not neither class object nor the basic data type. It will return a void pointer. Okay, so the size t, here you can see the size underscore t, it will return the size underscore t variable, size underscore t type variable which is named as size. This size can be anything which will be defined by you, and it specifies the number of bytes that you want to allocate it using new operator, and the return type remains always void pointer. So similarly, if we are using new, then we have to use delete or overload delete operator as well. So whatever void pointer new has created, delete deletes that void pointer. So that's why we have not returned void pointer here, but it will delete the void pointer returned by the new function, new operator. Okay, so we will understand this with the help of example. So we can create operator function using class member as well as the known member functions like global function they can act. So we need to understand what will happen when we overload new and delete operators. New operator first allocates the required memory by calling the operator new. That is, operator new returns the pointer top on the memory. Afterwards, it initializes that memory by calling the constructor. First of all, new operator will get called, and then it will initialize values with the help of constructor. So delete, what delete does? First it de-initializes the memory by calling destructor of the specified type, and afterwards it removes the allocated memory by calling the operator delete. So first new allocates the memory block, then it initializes the memory block, and delete operator first calls the destructor, and afterwards it calls the delete operator function, and then it deallocates the memory, finally deallocates the memory. So here is the example, and this example is a simple example wherein we have written the definition outside the class, inside the class. So this is the scope resolution operator we have used here. So here we have taken class sample, and then we have directly written the, because we want to implement the new and delete operator, so I have written directly the functions here. This function is for overloading new operator, this function is to overload the delete operator. So the definition of this new operator goes like this. So void pointer sample scope resolution operator new, and then size underscore t object size. This object size or size can be anything. I mean, this is the variable which is defined by the user. The normal memory allocation algorithm goes here, and you can use malloc functions here to allocate the actual size, because the basic functionality of new operator will not get changed. So we have to write the algorithm here, or call some function to allocate or memory allocation. Similarly, delete operator will get called. It will delete the pointer which was returned by the new function. So we have to take as parameter void pointer, which is ptr. Name can be anything which is defined by you, that is which is whatever is suitable to you. free, we are calling free to delete the memory or deallocate the memory. The calling of the new operator will remain same as we do in the case of normal operators. So we need to write just this statement. So this is the class name and this is the object, because new operator always creates memory block with the help of pointer. So we will create object pointer object here and simply delete object. Then this will call the delete operator function. This will call the, because we have used here new operator, so it will call the new operator overload, new operator which we have overloaded. So this is the output, and from above program we can see that the function receives a parameter of void star, which has to be deleted in case of delete function, and function should not return anything, so that we have taken void here in case of delete. And overloading new operator can accept the additional arguments except size to be allocated. Means size will be there, but you can add the exceptional, or sorry, to accept the additional arguments also. So in one class delete operator will be written once only, because as in case of constructor and destructor, destructor is written only once, constructor can be as many as possible as you want. And in one class new operator can be overloaded like any other function. And when we create an object of the class with the new operator, the class overloaded, new function will get called with the object size as the parameter. We will see the examples further. So have a look at this example. This is again a simple example. We have created class student, string name and age we are inserting into it. This is the constructor, this is the parameterized constructor, that is default constructor. This is display function to display, this is the operator function to overload the new operator. Overloading new operator with size is just a message, and here we have written. We will see why we have added the scope resolution operator here. So okay, so this is the malloc function. We have called the malloc function to create the memory block of this amount of byte. This size actually defines this byte, number of bytes. So void operator delete is also have written. We have passed one argument of pointer type, void of pointer type. Then free p we have called free function also. Then above then we will see the, okay, so this was the simple example. In the next coming section we will see how we can write the global overloading function for new and delete operator. Here as you can see we have written the function outside the class, or global functions are those functions which are written outside the main function. So you can call those functions anywhere inside the class as well as in the other user defined function. Okay, so this is the definition for new operator and this is the definition for the delete. Okay, so this is just a message, and with the help of malloc function we have requested to make allocation of byte size sz, whatever size, whatever sz value will be getting, so that number of byte will be allocated for m. And this was the case for the simple normal variable, I mean user defined data type or normal variable. Similarly you can overload new operator for array also by adding the subscript operator here inside this function. Okay, so this operator is overloading for the array subscript also for the array, or this one is overloaded for the normal variable. So delete goes same as we did in the case of new for the array. So when we will call these functions, these are the global function which we have defined outside the class, non-member function you can say. This is a default constructor, this is a destructor. So I need to just write the normal syntax which we have used in dynamic memory allocation. We will write new here, it will call the new operator function for normal variable, this one, and this particular again will call the function first one for the object. First time it called for the integer type and second time it called for the object type, and delete is also doing the same thing. This one is the calling for the array. when we want to dynamically allocate memory for array, then we have to write the subscript and the size inside that. Then delete operator will delete the array. So this is the output of your program. So next is again one example. See, I have added these much examples to for your understanding also, so that every concept can get clear to you. So you can refer either this example or the example one also. That totally depends on you, whatever program you are comfortable in. The method of writing these operator overloading functions is same in all the types or all the examples. Okay, so in simple case, here we are creating the array again, and then to enter the value of array we have taken for loop here. So these are very simple examples to understand the concept. Now if we create the operator function using class member function, then how it is going to work. So this is the class sample one constructor and destructor we have taken here. So next we will move on to the operator function. One more important thing here, that operator functions, like if we are overloading new and delete operator, in case of new and delete, they are by default static. So when they are by default static member functions. So if we write static keyword here, that is equivalent to if we do not write static here. So by default they behave as the static member functions does. So again malloc, with the help of malloc we have created the number of bytes which is defined by the sz. So static void delete is also there. When I am calling this integer, then this sz is getting the value 4 byte here, because I am overloading, I am using new operator to create memory block for integer type. So integer contains 4 bytes. So sz will get 4 byte here, so it will allocate the size 4 bytes. So this one is for the object. So in any program you can have more than one or two new operator overloading. So this will not create any error or anything. So that depends how many number of times or with with what type of data you are calling your new operator, it will match the proper definition. For example, this will again go to the this function which we have written here, and in this case, in this statement case, the size t behaves like the user defined type, so as that becomes an object in this case. Okay, so it will allocate memory block for the object in this case. So we can have multiple new and delete new operator overloading in our function, but remember delete operator will be written only once, as in case of the constructor and destructors. So this is the custom memory class. One constructor is here, destructor is here. Same, you will see in all the examples we have written same algorithm here. We have created or we have returned the malloc function. You can write the make allocation or contiguous allocation also can be done with the help of with the help of calling calloc function. So similarly, the same new operator we have overloaded with the for the object also. So int x, as I said, that additional arguments can be added besides the size underscore t. So overloaded two arguments for the new. So we will see at the calling of this particular function. When I am calling this, then custom memory is calling the new operator overloading for your one argument, like here in this one it was having one argument, so this will match to the first statement. Okay, so and here I can also write the numbers so that you will be able to match that this calling matches with which definition. So it is number 1. Okay, so this is overloaded 2 arguments, so this can be 2. I will write it after comments. Okay, so this is definition 2, and here I will write the 2, so that it will be easy for you to match which, because here we have defined one argument is new, or the by number of bytes for which we are allocating memory, and the second one we have taken int x, so it will expect x value here. So this is the syntax to write the second argument, if you have any second argument in your new function, like here in this particular. So object size is also expected, but it will also expect the int x. So for int x we have taken here the value like this. So ptr display function simply displays the we want to see what is ptr contains and to which ptr pointing. So we have called this function. This is the arrow operator to call the functions using pointer. So always this type method is used. Okay, so this was all about the new and delete operator overloading. Their basic functionality never gets changed. They will obviously allocate memory dynamically. So dynamic word here says that memory will be allocated from heap section of the memory always. Okay, so new and delete operators, they are overloaded or they work in similar manner as constructor and destructor do. So in a program we can have as many new operator definitions as we want, but delete operator overloading will be only one. So if you are passing, I have written this size underscore t, and now I am calling this operator for integer type as we saw in the previous example. Have a look here, this one. So I am writing this statement. Compiler will look that if the new is created or new is called for the integer data type, so it will go to the definition of the new operator overloading. So size underscore t or sz get replaced here with the integer type, and when I am calling it with the help of at the same time I am overloading new operator for different type of data. So for object, the sample is a class name, so I am creating memory for the object. So for objects also the same definition will get called, but here sz behaves like the object. Okay, so operator new and delete operator can be defined as a class member as well as the global function. So if we create new and delete operator overloading as a global function, then they can be called in any member function, any other member function, non-member function, or in any class. So if they have become global, they can be accessed in anything or in anywhere in your program. So this was all about operator overloading. Operator overloading, new and delete operators are very important. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.